ready? I'm just checking we've got the right cups of tea. But we haven't. You've got the lighter coloured one, which is the Earl Grey. Right,
I'm just more refined.
Now that we've sorted that out, we thought we'd just give you a quick update. The masses of viewers we've got on YouTube. We've been home, 2 weeks? It's probably a bit longer than that.
Yeah, 3 probably.
And we've settled back into life, but we've been really very busy. Walking, training for what's to come. I think we explained a little bit during our time in Europe that we're training to do the Lake District Ultra Challenge on the 10th and 11th of June.
Yes.
Which for us, because there's various different categories, we're doing the 100 kilometres continuous in 48 hours.
I'm not sure whether we chose it or we just plumped for the hardest.
I don't know why we did it. Well, I know why we did it, and to be fair, it is worth explaining that because sadly, I've certainly recently had a couple of bereavements in the family, which has been quite difficult. And we did sit down and say, well, let's do something, to challenge ourselves following that. And I think, depending on how this goes, we'll probably challenge ourselves to some more stuff.
Yeah, but I just want to concentrate on this one for the moment because I have thoughts in my head that whether I'll be able to complete it or not. And
we won't be doing another 100k. We'll be doing something else.
Phew.
Yeah, that's if we complete it. Because that is quite importantly say that's 60 miles in 48 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's an awfully long way.
There's quite a few high fells that we've got to go over.
There's lots of ups and downs. Yeah, it's the route really goes. We chose it because it's here. It goes from Kendal, although we're going to take the car down to the start. We're not walking a mile and a half to the start.
That would be ridiculous.
So we're taking a car, and we paid £6 for the privilege of parking in Kendal.
It's worth every penny.
You're right. Then the route takes you along Long Sledale, over to Kentmere, over the Garban Pass, down to Ambleside, along the lake, up onto Clafe Heights. Then we discovered yesterday, actually having looked at the route, it takes
Sometimes it's best not to know what's coming.
It takes you over the hill before you get to Newby Bridge, down up Biglands, which is quite a climb. It is on the bike anyway, so I imagine it will be on walking. Then we drop down to Cartmel, over Hampsfell,
which we know,
up to High Newton where we used to live, drop down Tower Tops, flat then almost until you get to Brigsteer, and up onto Scout Scar. We don't go on Cunswick Fell, I don't think. I think we drop down the golf course and then back to Kendal. So that's what we're planning to do. Hopefully you'll find it interesting. We are quite nervous and anxious about the whole thing, but also somewhat excited, I think, aren't we? We're excited.
Must be some excitement somewhere.
I tell you what it has done. It has improved our fitness. Yeah, I've lost a fair amount of weight, which is great. And it's just walking. Simply just walking.
I have enjoyed all the views that we've seen, because we've seen them all over Europe as well as round here, because we're exploring Kendal as well in the area.
Yeah, but
I've enjoyed all that.
But the counter to that is it just takes so much of your time. Yeah, you're walking for like 8-9 hours. So it's not. I'm hoping we've done enough training. It's not to be taken on by somebody of our kind of age without doing a lot of training, because I just don't think you'd be able to do it. And we'll just see how we go.
How we get on.
Yeah, we're both towards the back end of 50s. Well, we're 58, so I won't tell you how old Kerry is.
Same.
Yeah, but she was in the same year with me at school, so it gives you a hint. And so for us, I think it is quite a challenge. I mean, I think we're blowing it out of proportion. I'm sure there's older people than us doing it, but for us, it is quite significant. So we're going to give it a go. Yeah.
I think you've just got to give things a go.
Yeah. So
tomorrow is the big day.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Just a bit nervous at the moment, but we'll get through it.
I think we've been nervous for about a week.
It's been dawning on us, hasn't it? What we're going to face.
Yeah. There's a couple of significant issues, and one is, I guess, the weather and the forecast isn't probably what we would have wanted.
As in, it's going to be quite hot.
Hot and humid. Possibility of thundery showers on the Sunday, but I think it's the heat that's really going to cause
I don't
issue.
mind water. I don't mind the showers. It's the heat.
I mean, we are quite fortunate fortunate in one way that we're doing it continuous, so we'll be walking through the night. The issue with that, of course, is we'll get tired, but I do feel sorry for those doing half one day, half the next, because they're going to pick up the heat of the day, and it's going to be 27, I think, tomorrow. So
quite draining.
We are a bit nervous about that. We thought we'd do a video following the week before last, before we started tapering, of some of the training we'd done. Just show the kit that we're taking, or one set of kit that we're taking. And it's only when you put it out on the table that you suddenly realise there's an awful lot of it.
Well, some of it will be split between 2 rucksacks.
Yeah, I'm just a bit concerned about the weight. But we are going to send some of the stuff. There's a baggage facility from Kendal to Lakeside. So we're going to use that for things like potentially waterproofs and trousers for the nighttime walking. We went, as I said, we told you we didn't video it, but we went up a Fairfield Horseshoe week before last.
Last Friday, a week ago.
And we got bitten by some horseflies, so we're a bit concerned that we might get bitten again, hence some of the stuff we've got. Anyway, let's talk you through it. And then what we'll do probably this evening, because we're going to go and register this evening in Kendal at Kendal Rugby Club. So we'll probably show you that process as well. Because I think is it something like, how many? 1,500 people?
Yes.
So there are going to be a lot of people. Our start off time tomorrow is 7:30 in the morning, and we'd be very keen to get to Ambleside before it gets too hot in the afternoon, so that we can then walk along the lake in the afternoon, so it shouldn't be so bad.
This is ideally.
I know.
Everything's ideally. We have plans, don't we, where we want to be at certain times, but we'll see what happens.
We will. And we both said to each other yesterday, the day before, is the only pressure we're putting on is from ourselves. Nobody else is putting any pressure on us to finish it. We'll do our best, and if we manage to do the 100k, all well and good. If we do 80, I'll be very happy. It's a hell of an achievement. So, we'll just go and see how we do, with no pressure. Anyway, let's have a look at the kit. I'll give you an overview first of it all. So we fill the table with the stuff. I'm going to briefly talk you through what we've got and why we've got what we've got. Anyway, let's start to the left. Simple rucksack. It's an Osprey Talon 33 that I used for walking. We bought Kerry a new one, which is remember what it's called? Something Direction?
Ultimate Direction.
Yeah, it's really smart actually, because Kerry was suffering with chafing on your arm, weren't you? From
Just, it's
so
gone now, but
that was from an Osprey.
After 6 to 8 miles, he started doing that.
So we bought Kerry a new swanky one. I didn't see the point because I'm quite happy with mine. It gives me a backache, but all rucksacks do. So I don't think you need to look in it.
It's quite
just
good because
standard.
it's got loads of pockets.
Yeah, it's a standard Osprey rucksack. And obviously, very importantly, is the reservoir, platypus, bladder, call it what you like, to go with it. 2 litres in there of water. We are also going to take each a bottle. Kerry's going to take one of these lovely soft silicone bottles because they'll fit in her rucksack. I'll take a hard plastic one, and then we'll put the isotonics, which we've got, in that. So not in there. We don't want to put isotonics in there. That's leaking actually. Anyway, I'll sort it out. It's not going on the table, so it's fine. So that's the how we're going to hydrate, and that's going to be extremely important tomorrow. In addition, I think we both get a buff or a buff-like thing when we sign in tonight, which we'll use by putting water in it and keeping us hopefully cool during the hot parts of the day. Yeah. Trainers. We only discovered trainers for trail walking this year. Before that, we were wearing boots, and they were wrecking our feet. So we've converted to trainers. I had a pair of Innovates, but they weren't as flash as these. Kerry, I bought a pair of these.
In January.
Yeah. And hers are really well worn in, very comfortable. And I bought a pair about 3 weeks ago. Did the Fairfield Horseshoe in them. They're brilliant. Can't fault them.
No, they've got good grips. That's what I like.
So, and they're very comfy as well. So that's what we're going with. We're not taking anything else because the forecast is pretty good. So I think we'll just stick with that. Then we come on to welfare, health and well-being. I think there are Compeeds available at the rest centres, but we're taking some anyway. Because as soon as you get a hotspot, best thing to do is to deal with it. So we're taking Compeed, Sudocrem, Vaseline for obvious reasons, zinc oxide tape. Yep. For feet. Suntan cream is an essential. Insect repellent, as I mentioned, horseflies, but midges in the Lake District is also a possibility, although it's very dry, so I don't think we'll have a problem with that. Some after-bite care, first aid kit, basic first aid kit.
I think that's your search and rescue coming in, that we have to be prepared.
Yeah, I always do that. Ibuprofen, paracetamol, Imodium, which I think, bearing in mind what's been going on the last few weeks, is probably a good idea. One essential, toilet paper. You just never know. I know some people take baby wipes. I'm not so keen on that because they're not particularly good at degrading. So we'd rather take toilet paper and leave as little... What's the word I'm looking for?
Leave no trace.
Try and leave no trace, yeah. I mean, ultimately, if you have to go to the loo, you have to go to the loo. But at least with paper, it degrades. And if you cover it all in stones and stuff, so nobody can what's the word I'm looking for? It's too much detail, but you know what I mean. So toilet paper is what we've got. We were going to go for gels, weren't we?
And there's protein stuff as well.
Yeah, but I have problems.
We're not used to it.
No, digestively,
we never use it.
I have problems anyway, and you do to some degree, don't you? And we just think it'll upset us. So we went to a bakery number 4 in Kendal today, which is a really lovely place. Coffee, bought some cake to take with us. So we've got...
It's all homemade.
Yep, we've got, what's that, apricot? No, coconut and...
Cherry.
Kerry picked that, not my favourite, but anyway. And we've got some Rocky Road. But we'll probably share that. So, and then obviously once we get to the rest centres, we'll pick up bananas and stuff like that. So nutritionally, I think we'll be fine. Then what we've got obviously is the Insta360 for blogging, a couple of spare batteries, so that we should be fine for the whole 48 hours, although I hope it doesn't take us 48 hours. But anyway, head torch, which is essential. I've got one with an additional recharged battery. Kerry's got one with a rechargeable battery and spare batteries. So both got a head torch. We used them when we were up on Scout Sky the other night, and they're brilliant. And you just have to have them. Yeah,
because we think we're going to have at least, is it 5 hours?
Yeah, I think so. 4 or 5 hours of darkness. Walking poles, again, I think they're essential. And because we haven't got Isla with us, they will be great. And then clothing, very briefly, you'll see we've got a bobble hat here, but I don't think we're going to take it because the temperature at night's not going to dip below about 15 degrees, I don't think, so we probably won't bother with that.
Though we did use it on Scout Scar.
We did, but I don't think we'll need it.
Oh.
I really don't. Sun hat, Kerry's got a Tilly. Yep. I've got that. Shorts, which I'll probably wear all the time and then just cover up with insect repellent, but taking a pair of lightweight trousers in the bag just in case.
Yeah, in our extra bag.
Yeah, which will be transported. Yeah. Obviously t-shirts, wickable t-shirts, a light fleece. We will take a waterproof each, but I think again I'll put that in the bag because it's not going to rain tomorrow. It might rain on Sunday. Lightweight as possible, so just shells. We don't need anything else. Then the discovery of the century for us was the Injinji socks. So the toed socks to stop or reduce the likelihood of blisters.
Yes.
So we've both got 4 pairs of socks. So the recommendation is probably change every 25k.
Yep.
And we've also got some compression calf thingies. Yep.
Yep.
Which I'm planning on probably putting on halfway through the walk and leaving them on.
Yeah. I'm thinking if we get to Lakeside,
yeah,
it'll be in the evening.
Just,
and then the second half of the walk, put those on.
Yeah, because your legs will cool. I know most people advocate them afterwards for recovery, and some people don't advocate them at all. But I've always had problems with my calves, so I'm going to put those on and leave them on all night, just for support for my calves.
And keep them warm.
Yep. We think that's all the gear we need. How are you feeling? Chilled? Apprehensive?
I just want to get on.
Get on what?
I don't know.
You are, look, Lake District Challenge this way. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. What have we done? What have we done? Anyway, let's go and register.
I was going to say, it's not what have we done, it's what are we going to do?
Yeah, true. So we're, yeah, look, big sign saying registration in front of this chap. It's very dry, isn't it? Supporter area, we've got any supporters coming to support us? No.
On the internet or phone.
Anyway, let's go and see how this all pans out. Having never done it before. Registration. Here we go. So that's it. We've registered. Yep.
We are now fully committed.
With your stuff. Buff. Map we don't need.
Well, I need that.
You don't need it.
And a thing.
Tag holder, I think. Yeah.
Event pass and timing chip.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's kind of it really. It's all well organised. Can't really fault that. But this is where we'll finish it. When we get to do our 100 kilometres, we'll be finishing here.
And it says start as well.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, it will be the finish, surely. They'll just turn it around and it'll be finish, won't it? So, we're registered. We're going to go home now and put our feet up, get some sleep, and be back here at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yep.
And we've got to get into the holding pen 10 minutes before we start.
The holding pen. Provided there's no last minute toilet issues.
Well, there always is. So.
Right, we'll see you in the morning. So, we're here. It's 7 o'clock. How are you feeling?
Good luck, everyone.
My stomach is churning. But saying that, I had a really good night's sleep. So it's just getting nervous now.
Yeah, I didn't sleep very well, but then I don't sleep too well anyway. Yeah, it's nice to be here. It's a sunny day. It's going to be hot. Nice breeze at the moment. And our approach is just take it steady.
Take our time. Take it steady. One foot in front of the other.
Yep, and see where it takes you.
Yes.
Okay, let's get ready to go and go. Right, so we've done 0.17 of a mile. On a wave of people. Look, lots and lots of people, all doing different events, the different colours on the numbers, on the number things that represent what event they're doing.
We're blue.
Blue, yes. So it's quite weird starting off with lots of other people, but I'm sure it'll thin out pretty quickly.
It's very weird not having a dog.
It is, yeah, really strange.
It's so easy.
And most seem to be walkers. There don't seem to be a lot of runners, do there? I guess the runners are at the front and won't run off. So
they've already gone.
A lot of people wearing big boots, which I'm quite surprised about. But it's going to be a hot day, so let's get into it, and then I'll
catch up later.
Yes. So it's a beautiful morning. Not quite sure what time it is. It's about 8:10, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Lovely and cool at the moment. Everybody's taking a nice steady time, which is lovely. Nobody rushing by and thinking that they've got to get somewhere very quickly, because to be fair, it's a long way. Yes, it's just very pleasant. 2 miles in, 58 to go. The actual walk is it's pretty well marked, to be fair. I don't think we really struggle to go wrong, because at every place you have these markers, look. So yeah, no need for maps, no need for compasses, no need for anything. Just follow the route. So welcome to the first rest stop. It's Kerry applying lots of suntan cream because it is very warm. Really good. This is only 6 miles in, but we've had a cup of tea, a nice pastry. There's loos here. There's much food as you could want. Isotonics, I think, as well, if you need them. So it's only at 6 miles, so the next one's not until 18 or something like that, or 20 maybe even.
12 next.
That's Ambleside, so it's a fairly long stretch, the next one, so we're going to stock up on stuff, get some more isotonic, and then head off. There's no point sitting here for too long because it's roasting. So yeah, all good so far, as I say, 6 miles. What do you think? What do you think? Silence from the lady in the orange.
I want to get over the Garden Pass.
Yeah, I know. It's only 400 metres, it's fine. Anyway, we'll see you a bit later. So, we're scaling the Garden Pass. Temperature is rising. Nice breeze, but it's bloody hot. We're at nearly 12 miles. But yeah, it's just a slog, but it's the heat, I think, that's getting to people, not anything else. So hydrate, take your time, we'll get there. How are you feeling, Mrs. G?
Okay.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, that'll do then, I'll knock it off. So here we are, what was it, 25k?
25.
Yep, so quarter distance, just wandering down
From Troutbeck
to Ambleside. Yep, good views of the lake. Nice breeze, but it's quite warm, I've got to say. I mean, without the breeze it would be awful. And the idea of just keeping going, drinking lots and not racing, there's no need.
Definitely looking forward to lunch,
oh
though.
my god, I am. Yeah, Rothay Park, something to eat.
I'm dreaming of food.
I do have a pastry still in my back. I think it's a pan of chocolate.
I'd like an egg sandwich. That's what I've been thinking of.
I think I'd like a Sunday roast.
Oh.
So we're at Ambleside, Rothay Park. This is the feed station. It's just sandwiches really, and crisps, and a sausage roll, and cookie and stuff. And we're busily looking at our feet, which are looking delightful. Yeah, I'm going to put some Compeed on because my feet are a bit sore. How are you feeling?
I feel better now I've had food.
Yeah.
And I'm very pleased that I got my egg roll.
And I had tuna and sweet corn, which is very nice. So yeah, we're just going to patch your feet up, get a little bit more water. We don't need too much water. A few snacks for carrying on with, and then we'll head on towards Lakeside, which is another 21k, I think. Is it 21k? Yeah, probably 21k. And we'll see how we feel when we get there. We think we might get there about 8 this evening, but forced flight. But we'll wait and see. Yeah, so it's all going okay. I'm just a bit tired. I think that's the heat. So we'll see how we go. Right, where do you find us? Well, you find us walking along Lake Windermere, which is there, look. A lot of other weary looking souls. 37 kilometres, all done and dusted. Both commenting on soreness in the feet and legs. Just plodding on basically. How are you feeling?
Fine.
Yeah, fine, not brilliant, fine.
Yeah, it's nice to have a bit of cool breeze and a view of the lake.
Yep. Yeah, it does make it a bit cooler. It's still very humid. So looking forward to it cooling down this evening. But all good so far. Just plodding on. Wish there was more to say, but there isn't.
No.
So we're at Braithwaite Hall at 42k. With a little food station, nothing amazing. We've got pastries and Feddos, bitter mix, for tea, all sorts of stuff, fresh fruit, that's good. Toilets, I think the heat's taken a toll and most people are just tired. And there we are, so there's another 7.5k to Lakeside, and that hopefully, well not hopefully, it's halfway. Well, I get my feet sore it seemed to, I think, and hopefully a massage. And hopefully the weather will cool down a bit, which will be good. So we'll see how we go to there when we've got night time. Kerry's off somewhere filling with water, I think. Might just have another something to eat, and then we'll shoot off for the last 7.5k before we get to half mile and past that. Right, it's a bit dark, as you can probably tell.
Quite dark.
We've just left the halfway point. What was the time about? I can't remember what it was now.
What now?
Yeah.
The time now is 10 o'clock.
So we're heading out now on a 16k
Yep.
walk to Cartmel. Weather is turning a bit unsettled. We're hoping it's going to stay okay. Glow sticks on the back of the bags so that they can see, or people can see us. We can see each other. Just going through a gate. And yeah, we're okay. Feet is a bit sore. We've patched up. We've eaten stuff. I'm not quite sure what it is we've eaten, but we've eaten stuff.
Rice and vegetables and beans.
And we now just go up onto Finswaite Hill and then Biglands, two big hills, and a long way to Cartmel. I'm quite surprised how far it is. But anyway, if we get to Cartmel, you're kind of feeling, it's a long way still, but you're kind of feeling you're getting somewhere. So fingers crossed, I'll update you a little bit later. Good morning everybody. I'm not quite sure you can see either of us and the pained expression on our faces.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we've had a long night. Lakeside to Cartmel seemed to go on forever. Rained quite a bit, feet are buggered, but we're still going. We're at, how far have we got? I think about 75k, I think.
I haven't seen a sign for a second.
And we're just about to go down Tow Top. Now the light's back with us. You can probably see in the distance the red, or possibly. I'll do another video when we go down Tow Top, see if it captures it.
I think it will, because it's quite red.
Yep.
On the left.
Yeah, it's there, look. And we're kind of looking forward to getting to Witherslack for another brew. The problem is now, the next probably, I don't know, 15k is all on road. My feet are shot, they really are shot. It's not so bad when I use the poles, but when I'm not using the poles it's horrendous. But anyway, we carry on. We're going down Tow Top now. Good morning all, and I'll keep saying good morning, it still is morning. It's, what did you time it actually on?
8:25.
8:25 on Sunday.
Oh yeah, it's Sunday.
We're just walking up Scout Scar with 10 kilometres to go. We've stopped off
At Witherslack and at Levins.
Yeah, but we've got to say we're knackered. I don't think I've met anybody else recently doing this who's not absolutely shattered as well.
But we all keep on going.
Yeah. Certainly not something to take on lightly. Yes. So the sun's coming out. We've had quite a bit of rain this morning.
Which has actually been quite
It
nice.
has, and it's, I say, early in the morning. It's still quite warm, and I think it's going to get hot. So I do feel, as I said already, very sorry for those who slept over at YMCA last night and are doing the second day today.
Well, they've left at, I think one group left at 6, another group left at 6:30. So
Yep. So there you are. There's Scout Scar. Right in the, you won't be able to see. Right in the distance, there's some blue and red tents. That's the rest centre at Levens. There's nobody in front of us, nobody behind us. That's how strung out everybody is now. And we're just going to crack on in a particularly slow method and get back. We've had enough.
I've had enough.
Yeah, really had enough. Yeah.
I want to go to bed.
We'll be very pleased when we've done it though.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see you at the finish, because we are going to make it.
We are.
Okay. Right. Sorry. Terrified the dog. Hello everybody, it is now Monday?
Monday?
Yes, the day after. We did say we were going to video when we finished, but we were just absolutely
We were
wrecked.
so tired.
Yeah, we'd had it. We'd absolutely had it. So
I think I walked through the finish line in a daze.
yeah, probably the last 4 or 5 miles were just
horrendous.
I think we both run out of any steam. It was hot.
Because it was fine till 10 o'clock heat wise, and then because it was raining off and on, and then it just went full on heat, didn't it?
It did. So we finished just over 27 hours.
Yeah.
Which we're really pleased about.
I think I still can't believe we actually did it.
Very proud. We've got
Very
our little
proud.
medals. And we've completed the Lake District Ultra Challenge. For me, I think probably the hardest thing was my feet, because they were just wrecked. My heels have had it. So that the last probably quarter of the event was just very difficult. But then when you pass people who were in much more difficulty, you kind of felt, well, you know what, it's not that bad.
Some people were in a lot of pain.
And we soldiered on. How about you? What was your most difficult?
When we got to Lakeside and we'd had food, I tried to stuff as much food inside me as possible. It was so hot there, wasn't it? I just felt really shattered. I think it's because I was starting to relax. And I thought, oh no, I'm probably going to get a headache because of all the heat. So I took some headache pills. Put the, what are they called? The things for your legs.
Oh, the compression things.
The compression socks were amazing because they just sorted your lower calves out.
Oh, it made a lot of difference. It definitely made a lot of difference.
When we started walking, I thought, I think I can do this now.
Yeah.
Headache went, those socks on.
Yep.
And it was lovely walking. I did actually enjoy walking in the dark.
Oh, we both thoroughly enjoyed it, I think.
With our head torches on.
Head torches on. The way marking with the glow sticks was brilliant. You could kind of see in the distance where you needed to go. A lot of the time we were by ourselves.
You couldn't even see the hills, the fells that you were coming up to, and the angle of the steepness. And I think that was a good thing, because it didn't make you think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to do it, because you just did it, didn't you?
Yeah, the one thing, we walked around and down towards Cartmel, if you remember, and then we looked over to Hampsfell, and you could see people with their torches on Hampsfell, and we felt so jealous that they were that far, and we still were nowhere near. And then when we were up on Hampsfell, we looked back and we could see loads of torches coming the way we'd been, which made us feel so much better.
It did.
That actually we were way ahead of quite a few people. So that was quite a lift for me.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed Hampsfell. I enjoyed the walk from Lakeside to Cartmel. It just went on for a long time. But certainly it was lovely, peaceful.
We did see some beautiful countryside though, as we did.
But we know most of it, don't we? But it was stunning.
It was stunning.
But as I say, I think the hardest bit was Scout Scar because it was boiling, and we'd had enough. Yeah, but thrilled we finished it. And I guess from our perspective is if anybody was thinking of doing the quarter, half, or the full thing, we'd thoroughly recommend it.
Yeah.
I think the organisation was very good.
But do some preparation.
Oh God, yes, yeah. There were some people
because the ups are really up, aren't they?
Well, there were some people who didn't even seem to have water on that stretch up over the garden path.
And they were told to have at least 2 litres.
Astonished by that. And I think it was 30%, 31%?
38%.
38% dropped out from the full 100 continuous. But that's not surprising because the weather was punishing.
So many people were stopping to sort their feet out.
Well, hot feet, sweaty feet leads to blisters, of course, which I struggled with.
The thing is, the ground was hot.
Yeah.
Your feet were hot.
Ground was hard as well.
Yeah.
Very, very hard. Yeah, we saw some people on the way who really were struggling with blisters. Particularly that lady we saw on that stretch between Ambleside and Ray Castle. She had her shoe off and every single toe was strapped up. Yeah, but she was in a mess, wasn't she? So yeah, it's tough. There's no doubt about it. But really rewarding. So pleased we've done it.
Yeah.
But we're not doing it again.
Maybe as the weeks go on, I'll be more pleased.
Yeah, we're wrecked at the moment.
We can't walk.
We got here at 11 o'clock yesterday. A bit later than that. We got back home. Did we have anything to eat, or did we just?
I just didn't have anything to eat. I did say when I get home I'm going to bed, and that's all I did. I just got home.
Well, there was days you were going to faint, I think.
I laid on the floor. Mike got me a blow-up mattress in the lounge, put a blanket over me, and I went to sleep for 5 hours.
Yes, and I fell asleep on and off during the day, and then I fell asleep in the evening, and then you went to bed at
8:30, slept through till 7:30.
I went to bed at 9:30, and I slept through as well most of the night. So yeah, we were both exhausted, and we are walking a bit like John Wayne today. We picked Isla up, and she's just going to have to make do with very short, slow walks.
As it's quite hot at the moment, I don't think she minds.
So yeah, that's it. That's our coverage completed of the Lake District Ultra. Really pleased we did it. Great challenge. We'll see what we come up with next from a challenge perspective. But tomorrow we're off to Borrowdale. I'm going to spend 4 nights in Borrowdale. Should have been today, but we can't face it. So we're going to go over there tomorrow. Probably might do a bit of filming of Borrowdale.
I thought you were going to say might go up a few Wainwrights, and I was thinking.
Well, I'm still
I'm not sure
optimistic about that at the end of the week. Well, let's wait and see. I'm not sure. I think we might end up going up something, even if it's only Castle Crag. It'd be nice to go up something, just the one to tick off. Let's see. Well, we're going to take lots of wine and just relax.
Good. I just want to relax
and sit in chairs and watch the world go by. Well,
suits me.
Red squirrels, anyway. So we'll do that, and then we'll start putting our heads together about what next.
Yeah, let's just get over this one first.
Oh, and one thing I forgot to say is we've suffered from bites. There were lots of midges and horseflies about, so we'd strongly recommend you spray yourself with insect repellent, which we didn't because we were covered in suntan cream, but that didn't seem to deter them at all.
No, but we haven't got. I've only got 2.
I've got a massive one and then some on my arms and stuff. But anyway,
you will survive.
I will, yes. Okay, that's it, isn't it?